The Sergio Show, News Talk 710 KURV, live on Facebook. Let me go to my friend, our senator for the state of Texas, Ted Cruz. How are you, friend?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
There's nothing we can do about this border mess. Man, you talk about completely being impotent right now with this Biden administration just kind of opening up the border. I know Governor Greg Abbott said, hey, you guys need to vaccinate the Border Patrol at the very least, but I don't think anybody's listening. Quite frankly, no. I don't think Joe Biden can listen. I hope he's okay. I pray he's okay. I don't want anything bad happening to that man, but we seriously lack some leadership. We got some crazies running the show up in D.C. right now, dude.
Well, the sad thing is this is not an unintended side effect. This is the intended result. This is exactly what Joe Biden and Kamala Harris want, which is an open border. They've made a political determination, that the more people who come here illegally, the more Democratic voters they get. And so none of this is by accident. Returning to catch and release, telling people they're halting deportation, stopping ICE from enforcing the law. This is all by design. And I'll tell you, Sergio, it was really driven home, just a few days ago when we were here all night voting on the porculus bill that the Democrats just voted out, $1.9 trillion. I introduced an amendment, a very straightforward amendment that said, okay, you're going to send $1,400 checks from taxpayer money to every adult in America below an income threshold. We should not be sending them to illegal immigrants. If you're not here legally, you shouldn't be getting a taxpayer check. We voted on that on the Senate floor. Every single Democrat voted no. Every single Democrat said, we are going to send your taxpayer money to illegal immigrants. They also voted no on another amendment of mine that was not to send those checks to prisoners, to violent criminals who are in prison, literally murderers, rapists, child molesters, are all going to be getting checks from the U.S. government, from Uncle Sam. Every single Democrat voted to send those criminals checks.
My goodness. And we're not paying them in cigarettes either. It's going to be real deal money. Senator, you're way up there in the party. People listen to you when you say stuff. May I suggest that you convince all these chairmen, chairwomen of the party, convince the higher-ups of the party, I don't know, convince Donald Trump, somebody needs to grab this flag and go on offense forever and a day. Republicans have always sucked at messaging. We have some audio, video, votes. We have all this beautiful, just the stuff that you gave me. Illegal immigrants checks, prisoners checks, and then, of course, segue to the video and audio of what's happening on the border. We need PACs. We need party. We need interest groups that are, free market economic based. Everybody needs to go on offense because middle America, California, New York, Northeast, West, nobody's getting this message. Only Fox News is reporting this. We need to go on offense and get some commercials out there, even if they don't accept the buy at the Clueless News Network, CNN. They don't accept the commercial buy, MSNBC. That's fine. Go online. We got the internet. We need to go on offense now, Senator, to get this message out to middle America.
I think you're exactly right. I couldn't agree more strongly.
How do we do this, man? Who do we need to wake up? Who can you wake up to get these damn commercials done and start messaging to the American people? We love you. You voted wrong. It's time to change course in 2 years, and in 4 years, take care of business to save America. America for Americans first.
You are preaching to the choir. That is very much a case I am making and that I am pressing, and others are as well. I mean, there's a reason that we fought all night, stayed 24 hours on the Senate floor trying to stop this, because it was really, really bad. I'll tell you another provision that's really a stunning provision in this porculus bill. It is forgiving agricultural loans, but they forgive it on a race-based standard. In other words, if you are from what they call a historically disadvantaged race or ethnicity. So if a farmer is African American, if a farmer is Hispanic, if a farmer is Asian American, that farmer's loans are forgiven. They're not just forgiven, Sergio, get this. They are forgiven at a rate of 120%. So more than the amount of the loan. And there's no wealth test, there's no income test. So you could be
How does
an African-American billionaire and get your loans forgiven, but a poor white farmer is ineligible.
yeah?
And it's naked race-based. And by the way, the Democrats justified this as reparations. They said essentially,
No.
we need to pay back minorities. I got to look. You and I are both Hispanic. I told my colleagues, I said, hell, I need to buy me a farm. Like if apparently they're just shoveling cash out. I mean, it is wrong. And we brought that up for a vote. You know how many Democrats voted to take away that race discriminating, grossly unfair policy?
I'm sure it's one big fat goose egg.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
Not a single one.
This needs to be challenged. I don't see how this stands. It stands up in court.
And it certainly will be challenged in court. I'm sure of that. But in the meantime, I mean, you know, I've summed up the first 6 weeks of the Biden administration with 3 words: boring, but radical. So Joe Biden deliberately, I think, is trying to be boring. After 4 years of Donald Trump, it was not boring. He dominated the news every day. What did he say? What did he tweet? Every day that was the news. Biden came in, and I think this is probably savvy politics, decided to be quiet, decided not to make news. You know, most days you can't think of something Joe Biden said. He doesn't take questions from reporters. So and I think a lot of people are relieved not to have the sort of daily drama. But behind the scenes, every day, the policies they're pushing are radical. They're extreme.
Well,
the chaos of the border is what they're doing.
Speaking of, maybe you can flesh out for us the Assistant Attorney General nomination, Civil Rights Division, Kristen Clark, how radical that nomination is. Who is that woman?
Well, she is someone who has celebrated and defended a convicted cop killer. And not only that, she organized a campus rally in defense of that cop killer where she invited a noted anti-Semite from the Nation of Islam to come speak. This is someone Joe Biden wants to be the top civil rights law enforcement attorney in the country. And when it comes to cop killers, she sides with the cop killers. That is, it's extreme and it's radical. And you know what? CNN won't cover it. ABC won't cover it. CBS won't cover it because Biden's being boring but radical. It is dangerous and it's extreme.
Hey, I'm trying to land me some of those T-shirts that say, hey, Joe Biden, let me in, you know, like the ones the illegal immigrants are using and putting on over here. What size shirt are you? Maybe you can send outside the White House. Maybe he'll let you in. You can go talk to Joe Biden.
Yeah, you know, it's a very good point. I tweeted this morning, I said, illegal immigrants are streaming across the border, some wearing Joe Biden T-shirts. If only they were wearing MAGA hats, then Democrats would build a wall and send the National Guard.
Touche.
Yeah, and look, I'm at the Capitol. We've got fences with razor wire surrounding the Capitol. It's Camp Baghdad.
Yeah.
And 5,000 National Guard troops, which, by the way, when you talk to them, to a person, the National Guard say, this is stupid. They're not doing it. They're standing there. I mean, it is political theater.
Yes.
And the Democrats are saying you're going to stay here forever because they want – look, the message the Democrats are trying to say is the 75 million Americans who voted for Donald Trump, every one of them are a terrorist threat, and so they want the National Guard visibly turning the Capitol into this occupied war zone because they're engaged in political theater. They're not actually responding to the threat of cartels crossing the border, but they are putting on a show.
Be safe, Senator. Stay in touch.
God bless you, my friend.
Ted Cruz from D.C.